say, gone for the big dive. Hamilton dives out of the way.
But no, Isaac's going to do it. He comes across the line to take P1 on his debut. What an amazing race. It's the battle of the late breakers, and a late risk gets it.
Oh, lovely move from Scotty.
Look, here we go, then around the outside. Oh, what a move by Elo. That is not a place to overtake.
Buddy War's not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that. Pegdoniak and Charlie going at it. Ramp on. Side by side to the last corner. Who's going to get the better traction? Race on the better line. It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line.
Hello and good evening. Welcome to 7K Racing. We are at the Hungarian Grand Prix tonight for round 11 of the Tier 2 Drivers' Championship. An exciting night ahead of us with the top three separated by just 9 points. Who will win the championship is still anyone's guess. 35 laps around the Hungary ring then tonight. Two back-to-back DRS zones. One of the shorter tracks on the calendar with just 14 turns. A track well known for changeable conditions and tough tyre wear. Qualifying will be important as well, with overtaking opportunities limited. Just me in the comms box tonight, bringing you the action. Surprisingly, only two previous races here, which will run by Kay Gornick and Jay Hutchison, which means we'll see a new winner on this track tonight. Overtaking opportunities include turn 2 and 3 after getting a good exit out of turn 1. Open DRS for the short straight before making a move round a long left-hander. Joel showing how it's done there in season 6, and then last season. Not the most obvious overtaking spot on the track, but turn 12 it might open up down the inside if the driver ahead makes a bit of a mistake, carrying that momentum through, dive down the inside for taking that position. So here we are then for qualifying. So a lot of emphasis will be on this session. I don't know who was out first because I was reading, but we'll go on board with Fusion Games. He's normally the one out first. Second in the championship, just a few points, well, a couple of points behind Paloma. Just the 9 points separating the top three, and the are validated, which is Paloma, Fusion, and Vaughan. Winnets and Audio Face there serving a quali ban. That's why they're DQ from the session there. We'll go on board with Joel. I think it's McLaren up ahead though. And potentially on a fast one, which might be Hasbro. Weatherman Poe giving us the rain halfway through the race. Or through this quali session, it looks quite cloudy already. Pole time on Tuesday around here was set by Turner, 1:15.2, so we're probably looking at a late 15 for pole position. Hasbro does a 17.6, Joel does a 17.2, goes provisional pole ahead of Hasbro. Paloma goes P3, but then Stingers goes maybe to the pole with 17.1, who is then beaten by birthday boy Finley in the Mercedes 17.0. Next is Lenny starting a lap. Did a good job on Tuesday evening. There we go, 16.6 from Vaughan, so a decent banker there. 4/10 clear of Finley. Bio P7 for him, 17.5 as well. Dolphin is next in the Ferrari. He goes P2, just behind Vaughan, less than a tenth, as Poe has crashed on his outlap, I think. Currently P4. Too busy talking in the Twitter chat and not enough concentrating on driving, I think. So 17.1. This might see Poe on the bottom half of the grid with that time. Tyler Henry wins. Got his first podium last week. After serving a qualifying man from back of the grid, he's got a podium around Japan. He goes P6 as Jamie Tarquin making his second start, goes P3, who qualified in the top 5 last week as well on his debut. Next is Lenny. He goes P12, 18.4 for him. Other Mercedes, that is, I think that was Joel starting another lap. Dylan starting his lap, as well as Wise Dog. So we have to go back to this car's sector 3. I think it's on the in lap. No, it's actually Speedy Goose who was the winner last week, racing in the Williams tonight. One for AlphaTauri last week, a dominant performance around Japan, one of his favourite tracks. First win in 7GR, first pole. Can he put it on provisional pole again? He goes P3 with 16.7. Just a tenth and a bit separating the top 4 currently. So let's go back to the Mercedes. If they are, I think they both did 2 runs on this set of slots, so we're getting a bit of practice in. So Dylan will be the next one on the hot lap then. Do a long hairpin turn 13. Quickly on the power, and it's going to be a 17.4, puts him in the middle of the pack. P11 for Dylan on his first run, and Wise Dog P15 for him. So Mr. Worldwide Fusion Game back out now, and Toe are yet to set a lap. So we're doing on board with somebody. We'll do on Paloma. He's now starting a lap, or let's do on board. He's starting a lap in the McLaren. He's currently P13, so into turn 1. Tried to avoid the curbs that unsettle the car and unsettle the power. Down into turn 2 and 3 again. He's attacking them curbs. And then to the fast left-hander, you've got to be very careful not to take too much curb, and Hambo misses it completely and invalidates the lap. So we'll go to Paloma then, just behind, pick up there, take too much of that inside curve that unset the car. How much you want to gamble that corner now into the chicane, again avoiding all the curbs. Nice and smooth through here. This is where all time is gain and loss. It's tricky, sector 2. And Paloma's 3/10 up, so this will put her in the mix. In the top 5 currently. corner, and it's going to be a 16.6, which is good enough for P2. 3 drivers now into the 16.6. It's getting a bit closer. It's Finley now flying a lap. Slow lap, it's anyone on the hot lap. There he goes, Dolphin. He is slightly up in sector 2, and you don't need much time to gain here to jump Paloma. Those 9 1,000ths that he was up, but he's actually backed out going into sector 3, so probably made a mistake in the final sector. Got on board with Finley, who has 3 tenths to get himself in the mix. Now approaching sector 3, let's see his split time. He is a 1/10.5 up. Looks like the connection's better this week as well. Last week the EA servers were playing up, and Finley's connection was dreadful. An understatement. But here he comes. He has not improved. Had a really poor last sector and does not improve. Here come, who is this? It says on one of the Stingers, but it's a Williams driver. Let's see if he moves up. Who it is? Oh, there you go, Tyler puts on a provisional pole out of nowhere. 16.5. Gained a bit of confidence with his first podium last week. A really good lap there from Tyler, as Joel spinning on his out lap. Tyler on surprise provisional pole, currently in Mr. Worldwide, starting a lap. He's the only driver not to set a time. Fusion Gaming with P5 as his lap. Another driver into the 16.6. And Paloma has gone and geared up for another lap on the same set of tyres, I think. Oh, there goes Speedy Goose. Gets himself 2 tenths clear. That's a mix it a Williams 1-2 currently. Good lap from Speedy Goose. Gonna not make it until 5 minutes ago. As we're on board with Wise Dog now, he's currently bottom of the standings, other than Mr. Worldwide, who hasn't set a time yet. And he does improve, goes ahead of Lenny and Toe, 17.7. Mr. Worldwide, here he comes, goes P12, 17.1. Very close times between top. Well, other than Speedy Goose, 2 tenths clear, or 10th clear of Thailand, and it's quite close between the rest of the field. Paloma coming around the final corner, I believe. Does not improve. What about Joel? He jumps his teammate, goes up to P8. Poe now down to P10. He's on the in lap. Bio, is he the next one? Well, he's 6 tenths up, but he's gonna back out. I don't think that time was correct. Trying to find someone. I think anybody's on a hot lap now. Everyone's gearing up for the final run. 4 minutes left of the session. To go. So I think Fusion Gamer is going to be the one next to set a time. Right, here we go. Fusion Gamer cross on the line, start with lap 16.6 for him currently. He's got to find less than a tenth to move himself into the top 3. Or top 4, shall I say. How close it is. Pretty smooth through sector 1, and he is... well, he's a 10th up here already. Nice attack on that curve, being brave. Fusion Game with a nice line. Quickly on the power as well. This looks like a really good lap from Fusion Gamer so far. Carrying plenty of speed through sector 2 here. Got a little bit out of shape going into that one, but he's 4 tenths up here. Bit hesitant on the throttle going out 13. Can he get provisional pole here? It's looking good. It's a 16.1 from Fusion Gamer. Lovely that. Really quick through sector 1 and 2 there, especially. So Fusion Gamer on provisional pole. Title rivals currently P5 and 6. They've got to respond to that now. Bit of traffic here coming out of the pits. Let's find that Red Bull. Is that Vaughan? It is Vaughan. Let's do a ball of Vaughan, and here will be the next one. On our left, I believe we've got a bit of traffic up ahead. So he's got a... he's not on the side of the road. That was Tyler. He's got to find 5 tenths now. Just under. Pretty much matched his previous sector 1. I've got Williams up ahead. A lot of traffic on sector 2 right now. Williams gets out of the way nicely. Doesn't look the best of laps, but he is a 10th up. More traffic ahead of a Haas. Which is not going to affect him too much. And it looks like Vaughan is going to improve here. Where will he be? Will it be on the front row? On the second row, it's 16.4 for Vaughan. 30 seconds left in session, everybody now on their final run. We'll find someone on our lap. There we go, Mr. Bio P15. Currently someone just moved up the order, I don't know who that was. I think it might have been Lenny. Anyway. Check a flag now. Fusion Gamer holds push to the pole. 16.1 is the time to beat. A good lap from Bayer puts himself in the top 10. Dolphin is next. Go P7, he goes onto the second row. 16.4 for Dolphin. Paloma out of shape on the last corner and does not improve. She'll start P7 at best. Not the most ideal start for the championship leader tonight. Dylan P9, he does improve his time but stays where he is. Toe jumps his teammate Lenny up to P15. Haas driver next. Lenny, Wise Dog goes P17 ahead of Hasbo, and then there's a cluster of cars coming through sector 3. Finley goes P2. A very good lap. Tyler finishes P6. Good lap from Philly, where Speedy Goose, he's backed out, so Speedy Goose P3 for him. I think this could be it. Oh, here comes Jamie. He's not on lap. Yeah, I think that's it. So good lap from Fusion. It's his third pole of the season, which is the most poles now in Tier 2. So ones were in Miami and Canada. Moves ahead of Paloma now on that stat. Speedy Goose to park up. So there we go, Fusion Gamer on pole for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Finley on his birthday puts it P2, good lap. Speedy Goose P3, Fawn and Dolphin are the top 5. Tyler with a good lap in P6, Jamie Tarquin P7. Championship leader Paloma down in 8th place. Joel and Dylan is the top 10. Stingers P11, Bio P12, Poe 13th after having a spin early on. Mr. Worldwide P14, Toe Lenny, Wives Dog the RL Boys 15, 16 and 17. Hasbo Willits, and we face them two serving a quali ban. So 2056 we go. Let's have a look at the standings here. There we go. Thought it wasn't going to work. So Paloma now, I would say 9 points separate the top 3. Poe P4 currently, and he's already outscored Ferrari's combined total last season by 43 points. Sorry. So he's definitely improved the Ferrari team being TP. There, Finlay, Joel, 2 Mercedes are next, 5 and 6. I see, not on the grid tonight. And Winnets. We'll start at the back. He's in P8 in the championship. As mentioned earlier, Tyler scored his first podium in 7GR last week after started P19 on the grid. And there is the constructors close again, 10 points between the top 4. Alpine had the most podiums so far in Tier 2. We have 8, helped by the 2 double podiums in a row for Alpine and Alpha. Second there. On that stat, good evening Visions. They'll spin, we'll spin, don't worry. So 1 minute ago, just quickly. Some live stewarding again. Already a ticket in from qualifying. I assume it's going to be someone blocking. "20 seconds to go now. Right, here we go then, for round 11 of Tier 2. And it's lights out away, they were not on for long. As the two leaders get away fairly well. Vaughan is up a place, he's jumped Speedy Goose. Getting into turn 1, Philly's got the inside line though to take the lead. And he does, both on the hard tyres. Vaughan now on the mediums. Fusion Gamer is going to hold on to turn 1, but he's still got Finley round the outside. Side by side into turn 3. 2 and 3. And Finley takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Good racing between those two as the other Mercedes there, Joel going wide. And it is Finley, Fusion Gamer, Vaughan, Tyler up 2 places there, up to P4. And Paloma's had a fantastic start around the outside now of Speedy Goose, has fallen down the order. There's a yellow flag at the back, that is Lenny. And a few other incidents I think as well, Bio being caught up in it. But a good start from Paloma, Tyler. Jamie Tarquin up a few places, of Speedy Goose falling down the order as well as Dolphin. There are the position changes. Has up 8 places on the first lap. He's in the top 10 on P18. Vaughan need to make these mediums work. Let's have a look at the strategy. The tyres, where are they? There they are. Oh, Lenny on the softs. And he's just had a spin, so not ideal for Lenny. Pretty standard stuff. Oh, there's another spin as Paloma, championship leader, is gone round. And is now out of the points. This is another battle going on. Hasbro now up to P7. He is flying on no mediums. Around the outside of Dolphin he goes. Speedy Goose composed himself back to P6 there. At the front still Finley leads the way. And Winnets and Mr. Worldwide having to pit. I think a few others had to pit as well. Joel and Tyler. Joel and Toe, sorry. Also had to pit on lap 1. Yeah, Fusion Gamer made them graphics. On board with him now. See, he's trying to retake the lead from Finley. Got Vaughan up his rear though on the medium tyres. You saw on Tuesday night there, if you're at the front on the mediums, it worked out to be the better strategy. It is quite difficult to overtake around Hungary. But here he comes, down the inside of Fusion Gamer with the extra grip. And then round the outside, Fusion Gamer's going to try and hold it, but Vaughan's cleared him with a much better grip. And now up to P2. And now he can start hunting down Finley. If he wants the strategy to work, he needs clean air in front of him. Another yellow flag is the Ferrari of Poe. He has gone round and it's caused a VSC. So he's got some big wing damage. There it is. No wing for Poe. So championship leader down peak 13. Wild Dog's had a good start. All your face qualifying ban. He's in the points. But the big mover there is Hasbro. Up to P7 already. Right, who's going to get the mandatory drive-through penalty underneath the safety car? There it is, it's Dolphin. You knew it was coming. Here comes Tyler down the inside. Oh, Fusion Gamer. We saw his internet being a bit funny in the lobby earlier on. You know, a bit jolty. Poe comes in a bit to get that wing change. Jamie Tarquin having a nice race in P5 currently. And Finley's got a nice jump off the restart. He's 1.2 seconds ahead of Vaughan. DRS is now enabled, of course, so want to get back in that before the end of the lap. So top 7, and there's a 2-second gap to Dylan, who's been chased down by Audio Face and Dolphin, who has a drive-through a penalty. So Vaughan did get into the DRS zone of Finley, so he can again, the straight is not that long, so you really do need to be following him around turn 14 to have a good chance of overtaking, and plenty of battery as well. So look at the ERS levels. All Speedy Goose 90% is exactly what you need to be doing. Just in the DRS, saving your ERS, and then waiting for that opportunity. Wait for that flashing light for the car ahead. Fusion Gamer struggling to keep up with the top 2 currently, and he's normally one who saves a lot of battery. He's having to burn quite a lot just to try to keep with the top 2. And Mr. Worldwide is in danger of being lapped here on lap 5. A nightmare. And as well as Winnets, because he's now off at the back. So Vaughan is pretty close here. He might take the lead of the race. Not to burn too much battery, and there is Mr. Worldwide, and he is going to be lapped here in lap 5. I might fancy a move down the inside, but knows his time will come. Putting the pressure on now. Another yellow flag, and that is a Haas of Audio Face. That promotes Paloma back into the points now. Shame for the Haas driver, he's doing very well on the back of the grid. So there we go, Vaughan really cranking up the pressure now. 4/10 is the gap through sector 2. Just needs to get right up his rear going into the last corner, and Hasbo's hard work has been undone. He has had it off and he's got no wing, and it's caused a full course safety car. And what's happened here? Mr. Worldwide is in the way, and there's some other action going on. What's happened here? Tarquin in 5 seconds collision with so both McLaren's now got no wing, both having a good race, and it's just crumbled in the space of a couple of corners. So this could really spice up the race now, because the guys at the back, well, most of them gone to mediums actually, but somebody's gone to the hards. They can get to the end. There's no more safety cars, and they could be in a shout of a win, because everyone else is behind the safety car currently, but the only driver who's actually gone to the hards is Hasbo. So it is Finley from Vaughan. Fusion Gamer looks like he's got a bit of wing damage there. on the left end plate. He does. So he'll probably come in for the pits now. So both championship, well, two of the championship leaders get damaged, and the few games actually going to stay out. Doesn't want to give that track position up. So what happened was Mr. Worldwide, Joel's getting a drive through apparently. Mr. Worldwide here is his car unghosted when the safety car came out and Fusion Game and made contact. So he's currently in P3 slot. He's trying to unlap himself, but I don't know how he managed to get himself in that position in the first place. On lap 5, getting lapped is not ideal. That's how many stops he's had. Only 2 stops. So I'm waiting for Poe to catch up. There's Toe in our pits. He'll be going to the end, I imagine, on the hard tyres. Mr. Worldwide does get past one. Gets a 5-second time limit for it. He tries to unlap himself. Not great sportsmanship from Vaughan and Finley there. Not letting Mr. Worldwide through. He is now, well, safety car company's unlapped himself and somehow, I don't know what's happened here. He's now the lead car. Oh, he's going to go off track, is he? Oh, he's somehow the lead car now, I think. I don't know what's going on. Oh, he spun it. What? So he just unlapped himself and then ruined it for us. Anyway, Finley. Here we go, back underway. He's got a good launch. Fusion Gamer got that wing damage. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. some action through the midfield. Or Dolphin losing a couple of spots to Joel and Warner face. Winnett's gone to the softs, but there is rain coming, remember. So we'll see when that comes. And the clouds are coming over now with Silverboard and Finley. Tyler tries round the outside of Fusion Gamer. Fusion Gamer going to be struggling to seal the rain now. And Dolphin is way off track. How's he ended up in the corner over there then? No idea. Oh, Dylan has had a spin off as well. It's also Haas going off on their face. As Vaughan will be want to make this move before the rain comes. Speedy Goose passes Fusion Gamer, because Fusion Gamer has spun off as well. And it is all about recovery drive now for Fusion Gamer. Joel into the pits as well. So Polymer now back at the P5. I think it's been let by teammate Stingers. All there at the back. Finley here. Looks like it's going to rain any second as well. No wonder why the thing was looking a bit dodgy. There we go. Hasbro after calling that safety car, now P7 again. So it worked out at the end for him. Look at Vaughan, he's burnt so much ERS already. DRS will be enabled when they come around, so Vaughan will have a chance. Tyler, P3, Speedy Goose up to P4 again. Paloma back into the top 5. Stinger's having a good race, but it's just been spun round, I think, by Hasbro potentially. With now P6, there's no damage on Hasbro's car. But very unfortunate for Stingers, as Finley's had a mistake here or something, because he is down to P5 now, and he is Vaughan is now in the lead of this race by 2 seconds. So a big DRS train there from P6 down all the way to P13 currently, and is that a spinner from Bio? Almost a spinner. Loses a few places. Lenny now up to P9 as he tries to make a move on Jamie Tarquin. I think he's just stuck one up the inside there and hit the side pod of Jamie Tarquin, and now Lenny way down there. Why does Dog find himself in the points? P7, and it's getting very dark now. It's going to rain any second now. I think it could get a bit interesting. So Vaughan, Tyler looking for his second podium in a row. But him now P4, Finley P5, Hasbro P6, Wild Dog, Jamie Tarquin Bio and Poe is the current top 10. It's going a bit wide there as Toe maybe fancy a little dive down the inside there. When it's tight, will be screaming he needs this rain come 7 up old softs. Probably only good for another couple of laps, I'd say. And Tyler picks up a tyre penalty. Not ideal when you're P2. And Speedy Goose teammate, current double Williams podium. So I play we're doing well again. Safety car looks like it's helped her out. Fusion Game are very unlucky. We missed a ball wide. Car just unghosting underneath the safety car. Have to see what actually happened there then. Actually, there's Poe had a spin. Winnett's getting and tyres going off for Winnett's now. Surely losing a couple of places there. Wild Dog on the back of Bio as well. Just watching a clip. What happened with Stingers? I think there was, don't know, I think there might have been contact during the chicane. I'm not 100% sure. He was running P6 or 7. As when it's now up to P9, he overtakes Wise Dog into turn 1. Soft tyre still got a little bit of life left in it. But he does need the rain, and there it is. He needs the track to get wet very quickly when it's the chicane. He was pointing the wrong way at the first chicane bit there, so I don't know what happened to Stingers. I think he may have got rear-ended, judging where he was. So Vaughan still leading this race then. 1.4 seconds now. Tyler has gained a bit of time. Speedy Goose coming in very early. Pit stop for the Inters, I assume anyway. McLaren Gary is ready as well. They've both gone out, I don't know what the hell they were doing. So Inters for Speedy Goose and Wild Dog and Poe also coming in quite early. Taking the early gamble. Let's see if it pays off, but it doesn't look anywhere near wet enough. You can see Vaughan got plenty of grip though. Yeah, I did see the ticket. That's what I was watching a second ago. pretty bad from McLaren. It's the same as last week when he could have just stopped. But they just tried to DNF himself, he couldn't be bothered. So there we go, DRS disabled, and that is the sign. In comes Vaughan. In comes everybody. So let's go back to Speedy Goose. I think the McLaren stayed out here. It has. So Hasbro staying out for one extra lap, and there is the spots on the track. That's my indication when you need to change. Oh, and is that we have face missing the pit entry, slamming into the wall there, losing the wing and causing a safety car, and he gets a speeding in pit lane as well. And Byers going for the full wets. So Hasbro passed the safety car in, so we'll see if we can get around and back out in time. It might pay off staying out with such a lap, but again you've got Delta and he's going to be struggling. Tyler, oh, Tyler's done the classic Tyler mistake. He's gone on to the mediums. P2. And he has just ruined his race by selecting the wrong tyres, or the game mugging him off. So Hasbro will probably come out where he was, a P6 I'd say. Quite a big gap between Finley. But careful not to speed. Lovely. There we go, run over the Ferrari pit crew. It's going to come out actually. For a minute there I thought he may have got the lead, but he's going to come out behind Finley. So comes out P4 in the end because Tyler had to pit as well. But he got ahead of Finley notes, so it actually worked out pretty well for Hasbro staying out that extra lap. And it rains hard enough, which Bio will be praying for now. That'll be good news for him. So new order in, Vaughan still in lead, Paloma up to P2, big winner. These safety cars. Speedy Goose P3, Hasbro P4 Finley, P5 Bio on the wet tyre, P6 Minutes has clawed himself back up to P7 after having a nightmare race early on. Toe P8 for him, Dylan P9 and Tyler down to P10 now after picking the wrong tyre first time round. Stingers P11, Joel 12th, Wise Dog Poe second in the championship. Fusion Gamer down 15th. He's still got some work to do after being unlucky there at the safety car. Jamie Tarquin Lenny all in your face, who caused the safety car crashing into the pit wall, and then Mr. Worldwide left a while ago. I don't know, but so I watched it on mute just in case. Here we go, Sid car is in this lap. 15 laps to go. Can Vaughan get himself to the top of the table? He'll need Paloma to finish a bit lower than P2 if he wants to do that, but we'll take a big step in the right direction, and he is gone. Hasbo's got a good run on Speedy Goose behind. He's going to go for the dive. Try around the outside. Speedy Goose defends the inside. Tries to get the power down, but Paloma's there, and then Hasbo flies past with that medium traction, full traction. And now up into the podium places. Speedy Goose getting out of shape there. Tyler going wide in the background. How are these wet tyres on for Bio? Doesn't look that great, does it? Yeah, he's definitely losing time, but not the right tyre to be on currently. He needs the rain to come a bit harder and faster. And there he goes, just nothing. He's all over the place on them tyres. He's getting past left, right and centre. Toe trying around the outside, down the other side. A bit of contact, and it's caused a bit of chaos, and Bio is out. There's always going to be a hazard of sector 2. There's another car going off as Tyler. A chain reaction, and there goes another safety car. It's that slight bit of contact from Toe and Bio. Massive chain reaction through the field. And we need some more pit stops now. Oh, and Tyler has missed the pit lane and is out of the race. Very unlucky. That wasn't his fault at all, getting caught up in that instant. Frustrating night for Tyler, running P2, choosing the wrong tyre, going back onto the dries when it was wet, and found himself in amongst the chaos. One more lap underneath the safety car. I think it's still first lap in it, so. What has happened? We'll have a look at the standings. Watch safety car simulator going around. So currently Vaughan lead of this race, Paloma P2 and Fusion Gamer out of the points. There's the top four, Paloma leading the way. Fusion Gamer not going to be scoring any points currently, so Vaughan will jump up to P2. Will be about roughly about 3-4 points behind Paloma currently. Quick mass is terrible, that's probably wrong. Finley P5 currently, he might jump ahead of Poe. No, he won't jump ahead of Poe because Poe is a little bit further ahead than that. And there's the constructors. So Alpine, Dylan in the points currently, so it looks like Alfa Romeo. Actually no, Red Bull will take the lead of the constructors currently. Both in the points, P1 and P6. They definitely need it in the combined because there was no Red Bulls on track yesterday, on Tuesday, sorry. So here we go. Safety car coming in this lap again. Some 12 laps to go. And sit around the corner once again. Anyone got a good run. Jimmy Tarquin on Stingers down to the turn one, outbreak Stingers. Goes down the inside. And it's up to P11 and Toe has been spun around. Those lot of good run on Palomas. Whoa, Speedy Goose, all out of shape in the background there. He spins around. And now flying down the order. Stinger's now back into the points. Looks like Fusion Gamer had a incident as well. His night gets even worse. Miles behind the pack already. See that the pit? Oh, I didn't see that. Didn't see what happened to Fusion Gamer. It's been a horrible night for him. Kind of a similar story to last season where Fusion Gamer was in the title fight and just had a couple of really poor races. Really unlucky. It put him out of contention as Hasbro gets very close to the back of Blomanat. Just about avoids contact. And now Joel up to P6. A good recovery drive from himself. Oh, and Jamie Tarquin gone wide. Dylan and Poe going side by side in the turn one. Poe full traction around the outside. Can he get traction down? Dylan's gone a bit unstable. He tries to avoid contact. Now he tries around the outside. Poe going to hold on for P7. Does have a penalty to contend with. Stinger's up to P9 now after Speedy Goose having a moment. Jimmy Tarquin P10. And I think Fusion Gamer again has gone off. He's frustrated with himself now. Trying a bit too hard to get himself back in these. He needs a safety car. Top three getting away from Finley. So we'll be on ERS now. And who's got the straight line speed, traction out of the corners. So the rain has got a bit heavier. Got a good run, not really. Maybe Joel on Winnett, here he comes, got the slipstream. Gonna try down the inside, but Winnett's going to cover it off. Joel breaks late round the outside. Winnett's got the inside line to defend, and it's going to hold on P5, but here comes Joel again. He decides to back out of that one. Good racing between those two. We're gone at it again. The Winnets made a mistake just as I went off. And a shame for Winnets. Was that lightning in the background there? I think it was. Winnets got damaged. He's made contact with the wall. And maybe Bio's decision to go onto the wits in the first run. Maybe this is what he was waiting for. It's quite heavy now. I wonder if we'll see anyone jump into the pits for the wets. Face now gets past Winnets, who's got that damage. He might even take the gamble. There's another yellow flag. I think it's Winnets again. Dropping down the order. He might as well go in, put a set of wet tyres on and hope for the best. So it does look like it's getting that way. Stinger's following Dylan. OEFA had a very up and down race. Now back into the points. Lenny looking for a point. He's currently in the point because David Tarquin has that penalty. A lot of these guys have up and down races. So is it going to be wets for Winnets? No. Back onto the Inters. And Fusion Gamer will go up to P15. And Winnets has spun somehow right out the pit lane. Or if you try get out the power straight away. But yeah, it does look like full wets to me. What do you guys reckon in the chat? I think it is full wets, but there's only a few laps to go. Anyone take the gamble? I mean, if you're out of the points, I'd go for it. Just trying to look at the traction. Joel is let by his teammate out the P4 now. Oh, yellow flag and Paloma is out. Another massive twist in the championship. Loses it. Now the safety car comes out yet again. And it's all good news for Vaughan. Both of his championship rivals are out of the points. And I was just saying a minute ago, it could be wet conditions. See a few cars get a bit squirmy. That's good news for Fusion Gaming. Has another shot at trying to get into the points, and surely some people have got to take the gamble with going to wets now. So there we go. Tarquin, Speedy Goose gone on to the wets. Toe has gone for a fresh set of inters. Yeah, that is sad for Paloma, but it opens the door now for Vaughan to take the lead of the championship. And, well, with no points being scored from Paloma or Food Gamer currently, this will be a massive step if he manages to keep this P1. Currently 9 points behind Paloma, so picking up 25 points, potentially another point with fastest lap. Massive gains. There's still 5 laps to go. It looks like it's wet conditions and people are still on old inters, so anything could happen here. Wildstock has jumped. Toe has jumped Wildstock, who went for some wets. Let's see how the wets are holding up then. When it's also going up, Fusion Gamer. Yeah, I think these guys made the right call here. I think the Inters are going to be struggling, especially after seeing Paloma go off edge. Rarely makes a mistake. Going to be out for another lap as well, it seems, because Winnets and Fusion Game are still catching up, which is, well, less time for them to make moves, but the track getting wetter. Or maybe not, because Speedy Goose has come back in for Inters. But there you go, Mr. Worldwide's AI, and he's gone for wet, so there's Speedy Goose. Done himself in here. Fusion Game is now creeping towards the points underneath safety car, now P12 and on the right tyre now. Interesting to see how big a difference the pace is in the final few laps. I'm expecting a bit of chaos. So here we go then. Stinger's warming up the brakes. Vaughan leads us. He's got a huge chance of taking the lead of the championship here. Be very careful on the throttle. These inters are going to be slippery. And looks like Tarquin has jumped Lenny, but Lenny's taking that back, so nothing doing there. So let's actually jump on board with Tarquin. He's on the wets, and he's already making moves on Lenny. And look at the grip he has compared to Lenny. Toe dropping down the order. All your faces past him on the wets as well. And look at Tarquin. It's on the charge. And look at the difference in grip the wets have. Tarquin could win this. Look at miles quicker than anybody else. He's charging through the field. Then he pushes Finley off down the inside, and massive chance for Fusion Gaming now to pick up some points if he can follow suit it. Round the outside, look at the difference, and there's been contact. Oh, Fusion Gaming's been collected again. It's a damage. Really can't get this unlucky again. Looks like he may have got away with it. All your face diving down the inside of Stinger's, pushing him out of the way as his inters are really struggling. Jamie Tarquin up to P3 already. He's just going to jump from P10 to P1 potentially, and within one lap, and he needs to sort of calm down a little bit. He's maybe trying too early. He's just pushing everyone out of the way. He has taken the lead anyway. I think he could have done it in a bit of a safer manner. I think he got away with a few incidents there as Hasbro and Vaughan go side by side. All your faces making moves. Fusion Game up to 7th. There's a spinner in the background. That's Finley. As Hasbro's trying to make a move on Vaughan, but he's got to be very careful. There's going to be no grip. Hasbro gets himself up to P2. And all your faces on the charge as well. There's so much more grip. Look at this. And Speedy Goose was one of the first ones to put onto the wets, and then he decided actually no, this doesn't feel right, and goes back onto the inters. And made the wrong call here. All your face looking good. Well, podium currently. Around the outside of Vaughan, Vaughan dropping down to P4 now. Fusion Gamer's got to try and stay out of trouble. He's up to P5, and there's still 2 laps to go, but all his bad luck this race has come good in the end. Same with Widditz as well. He's had a horrible race, but he's looking good now. Oh, and Tarquin, the race leader, has made a mistake here. But lucky he had a big gap, so he stays in P1. But he has apparently to contend with. Fusion Gamer now up to P4, passes his championship rival. Looking good for a podium potentially, even the race win if I mean, when all your faces are charging through the field, you know, you had a little moment with Stingers where he just barged them out of the way, and that gets submitted. That's probably a 3 seconds. But no, all your face had a qualifying ban at the start of this as well, and he's up to P2. Hasbro started at the back as well, and he's doing very well. Now got Fusion Gamer behind Poe, battling away with Joel, but on board Fusion Gamer. When it's now past Vaughan. Oh, he's got to be careful, Fusion. Hasbro got the inside line. Just got to be careful. We just got to. Don't want to ruin your race, Fusion, for a couple of points. Fusion Game has gone very deep. It's cut the chicane. He's given up time and going to lose a place to Vaughan potentially. Nope, Fusion Game holds on. Fusion Game just needs to compose. Just wait, just because the other 2 are far ahead now. Just concentrate on the podium. Widditz is now behind. This is the battle. Getting past Vaughan for P6, but he's got a penalty. They're back on board with Fusion Gamer. As the rain looks like it's calmed down again a little bit. So it might have gone back to inter conditions here. Fusion Gamer, look at the speed he has. Hasbro's going to try and defend. It's a bit of a late move from Hasbro. But Fusion Gamer takes that down the inside, and where's Winnets? I can't see him. But he's followed him through. I'm sure Fusion Gamer 2 very happy with that late defensive move from Hasbro, but got the move done. Yeah, the rain definitely calmed down a little bit, but still looks like the wet tyre is the one to be on. And this final lap, Tarquin has just flown off in the distance. What a strategy call by these four guys. Fortunately, it didn't work out for the others of Wise Dog, and I think that was it, just Wise Dog. Still places to be getting the loss here for the podium when it's all over the back of Fusion as Jamie Tarquin. Now coming round the final bend, stand board with this in case we miss any action. He is going to win the Hungarian Grand Prix provisionally. There's some incidents involved. Well, actually, all your face manages to take it on penalties, and again, that is provisional. Fusion Gamer recovers for a fantastic P3. I don't know how he pulled that out of the bag. Been at the back for so long, and making loads of mistakes at the back as well when he was at the back. Managed to claw himself back and taking the lead of the championship. Paloma scoring no points, DNFing. Massive chance of Vaughan has gone out the window. He finishes P7. Stingers is the final point grabber. But what an ending. All your faces driver of the day. There's quite a few contenders. So there we go, all your face is the provisional winner. Jamie Tarquin, P2, Fusion Gamer with the fastest lap as well. Finishes P3 after all that. Winnets P4 from P19, Hasbro P5 from P18, Poe finishes P6, Vaughan P7, Joel P8, Dylan P9, Stingers picks up the last point. Finley, unlucky today, finishes outside the points, P11, Toad 12th, Speedy Goose 13th, Wives Dog 14th, Mr. Worldwide 15th, Lenny finishes P16, and then Paloma, Tyler, Bio and Dolphin on the DNS tonight. So there we go then. It's round 11. Next week we are at Australia for a sprint race where the battle continues in Tier 2 between Spawn, Fusion and Paloma. We'll see you then. Good night. How long did it stay? Gone for the big dive. Hamilton dives out of the way.
But no, Isaac's going to do it. He comes across the line to take P1 on his debut. What an amazing race. It's the battle of the late breakers, and a late risk gets it.
Oh, lovely move from Scotty.
Look, here we go, then around the outside. Oh, what a move by Eno. That is not a place to overtake.
Buddy War's not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that. Peg Dorniak and Charlie going at it around P1. In the last corner, who's going to get the better traction, race to the better line? It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line.